in order to understand the Quran, you need to go to the Sunnah. You need to
Sorry,
go
to what?
You need to go to the Sunnah.
Sunnah.
You need to go to all the Muslim sources
Okay,
in order to make heads or tails of
Let
the
me ask
Quran.
you this. Is Tabari
that true or no?
Is Tabari
Listen, I
hadith?
don't want to go off topic.
Is Tabari hadith?
Listen, I don't care. If it's
No, you
hadith
should
or
know
not.
the details.
I don't care.
I want to
That's
know.
not my
I want to know if
authority,
you're
bro.
planning your homework.
That's your authority.
You said go to the Sunnah.
Listen,
Wait, is the Sunnah the hadith? What is the Sunnah?
brother, that's your Muslim authority. That's your Muslim source.
He doesn't even know the details of it.
No,
Okay, let me break it down for you. Look, he brought up Tabari and I brought up the Quran. If anyone understands the primary source of the Muslims, they will give precedence to the Quran over everything else, including over hadith. They will give precedence to the Quran first. Yes? And then if you don't find a clear verse, you go to the Sunnah and you go to the other sources. But he completely did not even address what I read from the Quran. Do you even
Why?
Do you remember
I
what I
don't
read?
listen. I don't need to rebut your Quran, bro, because the topic here
not about rebutting.
is whether
I rebutted
Muhammad
you.
is
You don't even
prophetizing
realize
the Bible
that.
or no. Listen. I don't need to go to your Quran. Listen.
You know why I brought up the Quran? Just to prove you wrong about Allah and in order to prove you wrong, then you said Muhammad said to go and worship those pagan gods. In the Quran it clearly says that these were just names devised by your forefathers.
Muhammad
They were not even real.
Muhammad says, I have fabricated
There's no such thing as coincidence. What's the name
on the
Muhammad
name of
doing?
God. And
Anyway,
I'm having pretty words.
By the way,
God has not
he still
commanded
hasn't
me to.
answered. He still hasn't answered.
1816.
Why?
Which means if we're going
Why
to
did the Jewish people- why did the Jewish people-
to authenticate Muhammad's prophethood,
Jumping.
that
He's not answering the
that
question.
same verse contains it as a false prophet?
It's not a false prophet. By the way,
1820.
listen to this. It says here, but
where it speaks of the names of other gods.
you know what he did? He completely ignored Deuteronomy 16, 17,
No,
18, 19, and he jumped straight to 20.
Go to that.
He went straight to
jumped to
20.
16.
Wait. Let me read 19.
Go to them.
Let me read 16 again.
Please do.
For this is what asked. For this is what you asked.
Who was
The
that?
Jewish people.
There you go.
For this is what you asked of the Lord your God at
Yes.
Horeb
Amen.
on the day of the assembly, when
Yes.
you said, "Let us not hear the voice of the Lord our God."
Splendor.
Yes, do you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Did they hear his voice again?
How is that Muhammad?
Answer.
How is that Muhammad?
I'm coming to the point after this. Answer.
After what?
Did they hear his voice again?
Whose voice?
God's voice. Did the
who?
Jewish people hear God's voice again after that
Only,
promise?
only through the prophets.
Really?
Yes, really.
What happened during baptism?
Don't talk about the baptism here, bro.
What happened during the
Don't talk
baptism?
about the baptism here,
I'm
bro.
asking you, did they hear God's voice?
Listen.
Look how educated he is now.
Hashim, we
Because
are
he
talking
knows
about-
in the Bible, it contradicts the Bible. If this ayah, if this verse is talking about Jesus, then
you are-
it contradicts it.
Listen, you don't have to
Did
appeal to
they
the
hear
Bible.
God's voice?
Listen, bro.
Did they hear his voice?
Listen.
Why are you afraid to answer?
Did he go through the prophets?
No,
Of course
during
he
the
did.
baptism. Did God not speak directly?
Listen, I don't have to prove that that's
See,
Jesus or no.
he doesn't want to answer that
You
because
have
he
to
knows
prove
he's
whether
wrong.
that's Muhammad
Okay,
or
anyway,
not.
I'm getting there. This was just the beginning, and you already got agitated.
No,
Alright.
you don't have it.
Now wait a minute. In
And the
Deuteronomy,
fact that I'm quoting a Tabari that you find it embarrassing, you want to tell me,
No, it's not embarrassing at all.
Oh, it's not authentic.
I completely refuted that point from the
No, you
Quran,
haven't.
whether you like it or not. Okay, so now we go further in Deuteronomy again. Now in chapter 34, verse 10, it says, "No prophet in Israel can be like Moses."
What does that mean, like Moses?
Like Moses, because this here
What does
is
that
saying
mean, like Moses?
like Moses, mean like the Israelis. Like the Jewish
How does it
people.
mean, like Moses?
What do you mean how?
What does it mean, a prophet like Moses?
As great
Tell
as
me.
Moses from
That's
Israel.
great.
Yes.
That's great. So what made
Was
Moses
there any prophet
great?
greater than
Hold on a
Moses?
second. What's like Moses mean to you?
I just
Great.
told- Yeah, great like Moses.
But what's mean great? Great in what?
Which part of great? Great prophet of God.
Yeah, man.
Do you believe Jesus was a great prophet of
Don't
God?
talk to me about Jesus, bro. Okay? This is about Muhammad.
You know why I'm talking about Jesus?
Listen.
Because I'm trying to refute your
Great.
claim of
What's
Jesus.
great? So
Which part of great do you understand?
Muhammad
Look it up
is
in the
like
dictionary.
Moses because Moses was a great prophet. So Muhammad is also a great prophet. Therefore, he's like a prophet like Moses. I'm telling you what made him great.
Let me ask you. Do you know any prophet after Moses?
Bogarty.
Name me a prophet after Moses. After Moses, name me one prophet from
You know
Israel.
what like Moses means?
No. From Israel, name me a prophet
school you as to what like Moses means?
I'm asking you, name me a prophet after Moses. Any prophet from Israel. Go on. Give me one name.
You know what like Moses means?
Give me a name.
Let's stick
Are
to
you
the
going to answer
topic.
my question?
Let's stick to the
No,
topic.
he doesn't want. That is the topic. I just showed you.
Like Moses,
Yes.
my brother in humanity, and one day I hope you're going to be my brother in Jesus
humanity,
Christ,
really?
right?
Really?
Means this.
That only means.
A prophet like Moses means that someone who can do signs and wonders,
Yes.
miracles.
Yes.
Did Muhammad ever do a miracle?
Wait a minute. I'll give you the miracle of Muhammad, no problem.
Did Muhammad ever do a miracle?
Yes, he did.
Oh.
Yes.
You're changing the subject.
No.
You know what? You know what was my point? My point was this.
What was his miracle?
Stop it, Jason.
Changing the subject.
Stop it. You're acting like a kid.
No.
Calm down. The topic here is about the prophethood of Muhammad. That is what we are dealing
Exactly.
with. He has a way of
Break it down.
running away from the actual.
Break it down.
It says here in
It's about whether
Deuteronomy,
Muhammad is prophesied in the Bible,
34,
and if Muhammad is a true prophet.
Wait a minute.
don't put
In
me alive.
Deuteronomy 34:10, it says, no prophet in Israel, yes, like Moses. Now, is there any prophet like
What does like
Moses
Moses mean?
in Israel?
What does like Moses mean, bro?
Okay? If Jesus is that prophet, then go and prove it to us when it says the Bible says there's going to be no one.
Like
No
Moses
one.
simply means
Yes.
a prophet who shall be able to see God face to face, speak to him face to face.
Where does it say that?
Moses, in the
Where does it
Bible,
say?
in the Bible. Don't worry, I will not quote the Bible.
What the Bible says?
Did Muhammad ever saw Allah face to face?
Yes.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Okay, Muhammad said
If
that
anyone,
Muhammad said that it's no Allah's standard to be speaking face to face, that it has to be a veil between, right?
The Bible-
So that basically,
JC,
listen, that's a Hadouken.
That's the Bible.
That's a Hadouken right now.
No, you
Okay?
think that-
So Muhammad did not see Allah face to face.
Oh, so you
that's
asked-
what like Moses
you asked the
means.
question and you
Number
answered
one.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Number two.
You're asking the own
You want to answer
question.
it. Go on then.
No, because
Do your solo.
Ask the question.
If you
Answer.
ask the question, let me answer.
okay.
Okay? First and foremost, the Bible says, anyone who sees God shall die. Did Moses die when he saw him face to face? Answer. Because you said it. You said Moses saw him face to face. The Bible says anyone who sees God will die. Did Moses die?
Yes.
Answer.
He was a true prophet because
Answer.
he was able to see
Answer,
God face
please.
to face.
Did he die?
Like Moses means someone who's able to speak to God
Yes,
face to
did he
face,
die?
who can do signs and wonders,
Did Moses
which
die?
Moses did.
Let me bring up the verse for him.
And all of that.
Let me jog your memory.
And Muhammad, on those two categories, failed miserably. He wasn't able to do any miracles at all. He
says Moses saw God face to face.
Completed. Secondly, he wasn't able to see Allah face to face because he said that wasn't good for Allah to see His creation. That was to have a veil there. And the two of those criteria, he falls flat. False prophet.
He's not a false prophet.
False prophet.
That's your take on it. Anyway, by the way, anyone who sees God shall die. This is in the Bible. The question which JC refuses to answer is this. Did Moses die? I'm asking him for the second time.
No, he didn't.
Go on.
Because he was a true prophet.
No, it didn't say any false prophet who sees him will die. It says anyone who sees him will die. Answer. Go
No,
on.
he didn't. Because he was a true
Go on,
prophet.
answer. Okay, so you're saying he contradicts the Bible. Yes? Because in the Bible, God says anyone who sees him shall die.
You see how he's diverting now?
No, I'm not the one diverting. You're the one who diverted.
in the Bible.
Divert against him.
Like talking about
Same subject.
who dies.
Okay, anyway, this is what the Bible says.
Okay.
In Exodus verse 33:20 it says, but he said, you cannot see my face, for no one may see me and live.
God speaking.
This is the Bible. And he says Moses saw him face to face. Now is he going to contradict his own Bible?
Okay, he quoted Exodus, right?
Hadouken!
Okay, I'll give you a solid point.
Street fire.
Hey, let me give you a solid move right now. Let me give you a solid move. He quoted Exodus.
Oh, you're nuked already.
Hold on a second.
You're nuked. Forget Hadouken, you're nuked. Look at this.
Wait, come back,
You
come back,
cannot
come
see
back.
my face, for no one may see me and live. That is in the Bible. Did Moses live to tell the tale? Or did he die?
You finished?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to answer that question, not run away from it, like you always do.
He appealed to Exodus.
Yeah.
Why not?
Right? Which means that it's authentic. It cannot be
come on.
corrupted. Oh, come
We're
on.
talking about in the Bible.
It's
bro, in the
authentic for
Bible.
you.
Exodus.
It's authentic to
He's
you.
appealed to Exodus, which means that he believes in it.
Oh, I
At
see.
least,
Oh
at
my
least,
God,
at least he
I'll tell you what.
believes in it.
Let me.
Bro, okay, hold on.
That
a
is the
second.
worst argument
Bro,
ever.
no, he believes in it.
What
I'm gonna use
The
that
topic
same
is
book.
Muhammad in the
You know,
Bible.
I'm
I'm gonna use that same book.
Is this guy one word? Is this guy one word debating?
The most
If he's going to use this tactic,
I know.
Hold on a second.
You know what he just said? He said because you quoted the
On the
Exodus,
Must be true.
so it must be true. So
Yeah.
On the
he
road.
quoted
Muhammad
Tabari.
in the Bible.
This guy
On
quoted
the road.
Tabari, so Tabari must be right.
Yeah.
So Tabari must be
Okay.
right. In Tabari,
Exodus.
everything was there.
That's called a double standard, bro.
Exodus
That's
33.
called a double standard. Muhammad in the Bible. You can't have your cake and eat it, bro.
33:11 reads,
Come on, bro.
the Lord would speak to Moses face to face.
So it's a contradiction. So it's a contradiction.
I'm talking to you, bro.
It's a contradiction because he says you cannot
Face to
see my
face.
face and live.
Select it.
As one speaks to a friend, then Moses will return to the camp by his young age, Joshua. Blah, blah. So Moses was able to speak to God face to face.
I agree with you. But then it's a contradiction.
So let's not
contradiction.
focus on Moses. Let's focus on
No, no, it's a
Muhammad.
It's okay.
Let's focus on Muhammad.
It's okay for him to believe
If
Exodus.
Muhammad is a prophet
By the
like
way-
Moses, and like Moses means that Moses was able to
listen
speak
to
to
this.
God face to
He
face.
just-
Was Muhammad able
Contradiction.
to speak to Allah face to face?
I know
Answer
you.
that question.
I know you want to run away from this, but basically he
Sounding
quoted. He quoted. He quoted. Am I dealing? I'm dealing with a teenager. Okay. Anyway, he
Was
just.
Muhammad able to speak to Allah
Can I
face
speak
to
now?
face like Moses? Yes or no?
You don't look like Guile, though. You don't look like Guile.
By the way, he just quoted a verse in which Moses spoke to God face to face. Yes, is that right? By the way, which one was that? The one you did right? Which was that? Which one was the one you did right?
Exodus 33:11.
Okay, 33:11. By the way, it's the same chapter.
Yes.
In
Same chapter,
33:11,
Exodus.
Moses said he saw him face to face.
Yeah.
In Exodus chapter 33, verse 11. In Exodus chapter 33, verse 20, what does God say? It says, you cannot see my face, for no one can see my face and live. Did Moses live? Answer.
Was Muhammad able
change the
to
subject.
speak to Allah
Change
face
the
to face
subject.
like Moses?
So
But
basically,
did he
You
die,
claim
though?
that
Did he
Muhammad
die?
is a
Basically-
prophet like Moses,
Did he
and
die?
like Moses
What?
means that he's able to speak
Did
to God
he
face
die?
to face. Was Muhammad able to speak to
glory of God,
Allah
not God.
face to face? Yes or no?
So one Carlos basically just
Yes or
contradicted his Bible big time and he
Yeah.
can't answer it. Alright, anyway, you know, every time he tries to prove something in the Bible, he proves that the Bible is wrong.
Sonic boom.
Okay, by the
Was
way,
Muhammad able to you consider he did?
first and foremost,
You
during
consider that he did it?
wait a minute, during Isra wa Miraj, which is the time when Muhammad went to the seven. No, it's the same. I'm telling you where he spoke to God. When he went to Isra wa Miraj, yes, this was the journey, the night journey from Masjid al-Aqsa, from
You look
Jerusalem.
lost.
Yeah, who saw that apart from the donkey?
Are you going to let me finish?
Who witnessed
Let
that
me
apart
Are
from
you
the
going to let me finish? You know, you're behaving like a little child.
Oh, brother, I'm
You are.
exposing you right now.
You are. You're not.
I am, bro. You know, he for the
You know
truth, bro.
what? In order to you for exposing me, it turned out you proved the
This
contradiction
guy
in the Bible.
is an expert when it comes to criticizing Christianity.
Can I finish now?
He's an expert criticizing
If you let me
Trinity,
finish, I can.
whether Jesus is God or not. But when it comes to Islam, bro, you're like, oh, it's not sugarcoating, going to one topic, the next, bro. I ask you a simple question. If you're claiming that
If you let me
Muhammad,
finish, I will.
don't go.
If you keep interrupting me, I can go where I want. You can go to Tabari. I can stick to the Bible at least, unlike you. I'm still, according to the Bible, he still hasn't answered the question about God speaking. When God said he's not going to speak, and then he speaks during the baptism of Jesus. By the way, with regards to Muhammad speaking to Allah directly, during the night journey in Isra wa Miraj, yes, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he went to the seven heavens up to a point which is called Sidrat al-Muntaha. This is a point where you have a tree. Beyond that, not even the angel Gabriel could go. But only one person was allowed to go, and that is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he spoke directly to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes, he spoke directly to Allah. So any Christian who claims that Muhammad did not speak directly to Allah, the
witnessed
Quran
that?
proves
Show
it
me- show
again.
me a witness.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Apart from the donkey.
Wait, which donkey?
He flew on the flying donkey
Oh,
from Mecca to
you mean
Jerusalem.
you mean the donkey that Jesus rode to Jerusalem? No, he didn't.
Ass.
No, but
That wasn't
Ass in the
there.
Bible.
By the way,
He fly, though.
by the way, the important thing is that when Jesus died, the first place he went to was hell. Where did he go? To hell. Where did Muhammad go? When he was taken to the seven heavens. Yes? But Jesus, he went to hell. Anyway, going back, this is the Quran. Quran. The Quran is a witness. Allah is a witness.
Yeah, but who witnessed
When
any
Allah-
of the revelations found in the Quran?
Okay,
That's the
I'll
bottom
tell you
line.
what. Who witnessed Adam eating from the fruit on the tree? Who witnessed it? Moses, when he came into the Genesis.
Who
Did he? No,
who
he did
is
not.
It was
Moses?
inspired by the Holy
Who
Spirit.
is
Exactly.
Moses?
And the
Muhammad
Bible
was,
is consistent.
you know what? Muhammad was inspired by Allah.
Massively consistent.
Muhammad was inspired by Allah, just like Moses. Just like Moses did not
Muhammad
see.
didn't even know he was a prophet until Waraka told him, listen, you've been visited by the angel Gabriel.
Did Jesus
At
say he was God?
first, of course he knew, all the time.
why
At
did
first,
he
listen,
Yeah. Why did Jesus say? Why did?
he was demon possessed?
If Jesus was God, why was he dependent on Mary? His
Stick
mother?
your foot to the ground, man.
Why was he breastfeeding with
Muhammad
Mary?
depended on
Why
Christianity.
why was he
to authenticate
circumcised?
his prophethood.
Why did he grow
Because
up in
the
knowledge?
only way that Muhammad knew that he was a prophet was because Waraka was a Christian. And Waraka said, listen, you were visited by the angel Gabriel.
Change the subject.
So the
That's the
angel,
only reason
the
Muhammad
angel,
knows Islam.
and by the way, did Waraka accept Muhammad as a true messenger? Yes, he did. He didn't quote that bit. That bit he didn't like it, so he did not
Selective.
quote it. This is what you have Christians. They do not like the bits that they go against them, so they don't quote it.
Selective information.
Just like the contradiction, he didn't want to address that. The contradiction where you cannot see God and live, he did not want to address it because he knew it goes against his agenda. The agenda is to prove a man,
Okay, so
a
we're ready.
God who died by his own creation.
Now he's talking about Jesus God.
Yes, I am, because every time I try to prove-
Jesus is God, is deviating from the
Shall we
topic.
go back to the prophet?
So I'm going to
Yeah.
show you. So you appeal to Deuteronomy 18. I already gave you a study book and Hadouken
No,
that
you
is a
didn't.
false
No,
You
belief.
did very badly in that.
Yeah.
The
Because
question-
I already quoted
you know-
Germany
you know the
that
bit-
Mohammed said it was okay to pray to three pagan moves.
And I disagree with that.
Right?
I completely
And
refute it from the Quran.
Deuteronomy 18:20
Surah An-Najm,
condemns
chapter
Muhammad as a
19,
false
verse
prophet.
17, 18,
Okay,
19,
we get that.
very clearly.
Show me now in the Injil where Muhammad is prophesied.
So I haven't finished with the Old Testament. Don't run away yet. I'm coming to Isaiah 42 now. Did you do your homework with that? I guess not. He's been reading Islamic, what is it called? Answering Islam website. You know the bit he brought out about the last time about the wedding and only the groom and the bridegroom and the bride and the groom didn't know, and only the father knew. He brought it up from Answering Islam, and he got completely beaten on that point last time.
I don't care if I go beat or not.
Of course you don't care.
I mean,
Because
you
you're used
think about
to
the
it.
truth, bro. Unlike you, bro.
You're getting used to losing. That's why you don't care.
I don't care if I lose or win, bro.
That's why.
I don't care if I lose or win.
Okay, so now we go back.
It's about speaking
So
the
now we have destroyed him on 18:18, and now we go to Isaiah chapter 42. Okay, from the very beginning, you can read. It talks about a prophecy of a servant of God to come. Yes, in the land of the Kedar, in the land of Kedar, and the people of Selah will rejoice. He's coming. Who is this servant of God?